Hi everyone, Justine with Blue Jay Orchids again. So everyone in Florida is getting ready for our Christmas cold front, and I figured I would take you guys along and show you some of my orchids and also just kind of show you a little bit about what I'm doing and what's worked for me in the past. Hey everyone, so what you're looking at right now is some photos of some of the orchids that I covered already. I have a little bit more work to do, but overall it's as good as it's going to get right now. And hopefully we don't get super cold, but just wanted to say stay tuned through the whole video. I'm going to do a little bit of an orchid tour of some of my growing areas. Also at the very end, going to offer a few helpful hints from personal experiences. And just wanted to wish everyone a happy holidays. Stay safe and stay warm and keep those orchids healthy. So this is my full sun Vanda area. This has been covered for a few days already because they don't like anything below 60s. And excuse the mess, I have a bunch of projects I'm currently working on. Mainly this. To decide what to do with this, it's hard to cover and I have all these spikes coming. Probably gonna end up rolling it closer to the house. Normally I have orchids on my trees. That's kind of the first area that gets cold for me. So I've been in the process of taking all these down. And then this is a Den Nobile. They do pretty well with cold. It'll be fine as long as we don't get a hard freeze. And then what I've been doing with these is just kind of clustering them, and then I'll just throw a tarp over them. The tree offers some protection. And then these will get tarped. And then some of these will get moved into the lanai, like this. Yeah, that one's not attached, so that one's gonna get moved. Not positive what I'm doing here. The cattleyas will be fine. This is pretty cold sensitive, I believe. These are gonna get covered. I'm just going to put some stakes and put a frost cloth around them. And then I kind of had a feeling we were gonna get a cold winter, so I got this. I have two of these. This is what's covering those right now. And still have more left of this. But I can show you guys some happy stuff. So yeah, this is kind of how I grow. Some makeshift stuff I've done. This used to be a bird feeder. I have a bunch in spike. I'm probably gonna move the Tolumnias, I guess. So spike here, spike there, spike here. And then this is one of my Hoyas. Look at the color. Love that color. I do have a peduncle, but it's not opening yet. Some Thanksgiving cactuses. They like this weather. And then this is one of my, so this decided to open up. Still have more coming. That's the name. This has been open for a while, so it's kind of on its way out. Yeah, this is just kind of a mix of stuff. This is starting to spike. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it a tiny bit. Same thing here. This one's been blooming for a long time. have a bunch of my phalaenopsises in spike. Moved my one Vanda here. This I moved from the other side of the house. So this is in spike. Here, let's see. This one's opening up. I've always liked these. Forget the scientific name, but they're also called flamingo plants. But yeah, bunch of foul spikes. I'm pretty sure that one's spiking. This is spiking here. And then some stuff that's spiking in here, blooming still. Got some spikes on this one. Still blooming. And then this is almost all the way open. Same thing here, this is opening up more. Still have more spikes there. Let's see what else. So now we're on my lanai. This is where I do most of my growing. I don't have tons of space. And spike there. This one I brought in. Normally this is where my novelty phals are. This one I'm probably going to bring in because it's not happy already. And this is one of my favorites. Busy Bev Blue Jewel. This one is normally here. I moved it a little further in because the lanai will offer some protection from the cold. And then this is a work in progress. I think I'm gonna put this one here. But yeah, just trying to get everything. This is the one I mounted from the other video. Probably do something with this one too. But the good news is with this part of my house, it's in between the houses. It doesn't get as cold as everywhere else. So I don't have anything super cold sensitive here. Other than I have some Vandas and stuff. I'll try to nestle them in. So I'll pause and then I'll flip this around. But yeah, so I'm mostly just trying to bring as much as I can in. I won't bring anything inside because we're not expected to get a frost yet. I didn't have as many orchids, but I did have some orchids when we had the hard frost, like 2019. Like my whole backyard basically froze, and all I did was, I just brought the orchids on my lanai. I don't think I covered them or anything. I covered some other plants, and they did okay. So I'm not gonna do tons of stuff. Like this side of my house, I didn't do anything that one year and they were fine. It is a little bit of a risk, but it's a calculated risk based on past experiences. My best advice is anything that you have sentimental value attached to, bring in. And the reason I looked up is I have a walker-yana up here that's been budding, seeing if it's opening yet. I'm a little short though, so I can't really reach it. But I can show you this again. This I'm pretty happy about. Oh, and random thought of the day. So apparently I read somewhere that yellow vandas and white vandas are a little bit more susceptible to cold. Don't know how accurate that is, but take it for what you want. And yeah, I mean, I'm hoping I'm not going to lose too many spikes or blooms. I'm expecting probably some bud blast on some stuff, just because I don't like the temperature shift. I'm going to cover some stuff, move some stuff, but I'm not going to be too crazy. My sentimental plants are already inside. I guess I could pause and show you some of my inside growing too. Just trying to think of what else. Alright, we'll pause and we'll take a look at some of the inside stuff while I think. I forgot about this one that opened up recently. This is a copper queen. These are pretty common. This one was a bag baby. It's first blooming for me. And then I also noticed this. This is an air plant I have. If you look closely, see the little purple? It's gonna bloom too. I've got another one working here too. But yeah, I'll post a video on this later. This is my work in progress right now. Alright, let's take a look at some inside stuff. And pardon the mess of my lanai. Probably have undiagnosed ADHD. Oh, and then this is my jewel orchid. It's getting some blooms. See? Right there's a bud. Then this is my office that I share with my husband. Some of my newer orchids are in here because they haven't made it out yet. Oopsie. Here's the name for this one. I love the colors on this. I'm a sucker for the antelope type. Oopsie. There goes the tag. And then I have some phals in here right now. I do have a grow light because we have Christmas lights. It's not working right now. And then just some of my other plants. These are some of the orchids from the boxing from the Orchids by the Lake. This one's opening up. Just really hard to film. I almost got it. But yeah. And this one's been blooming for a while. It's a Traspus cross. The thing would be just anything you have sentimental value, bring in. Just don't want to take chances on that. Vandas are going to be sensitive. Cattleyas will do pretty well for the most part. And then your antelope and then foul dendrobium types, those are going to be pretty sensitive. I mean, this is just all from personal experience, from growing for several years, what I've noticed. And from Googling the internet and other YouTubers. So take everything with a grain of salt, and I encourage you to know your environment, know your plants, and do your own research as well. One of the things I like to do when I buy new plants is to ask the growers what the cold tolerance is, especially if I'm thinking about it and it's winter. But I'll try and post some photos or put some photos at the end of the video and kind of show how I ended up covering stuff. And then some of the stuff I have on trees, they're all like no IDs or cheap stuff or stuff I ran out of room for. So I'm not going to really worry too much about the ones on trees. I mean, I have my favorites, which is basically anything blue or ones I spent more money on. And then I have a few sentimental favorites, but most of my stuff has already survived some cold dips already. So we'll just have to wait and see, and hopefully, it seems like it's not going to be as bad as what they're predicting. And with weather, you just don't know till it happens. So, I mean, it could be worse, could be better. I think what I've seen so far is I'm going to get down to like 33, which really is not that bad considering. And it's all about how cold it is, how windy it is, and how cold it is for how long it is. So, I mean, you don't know till it happens. So I will do an update and let you know if stuff is still growing, what I end up having bloom, and we'll just have to wait and see. In the meantime, most of my important orchids are going to be cozy somewhere. You can put them in the garage, you can hang them on things. Most of mine I've just decided to tuck in between like plants and stuff so they shouldn't get too much wind. I mean, my stuff's already survived Ian for the most part, and Nicole, so my orchids are going against the battle of nature. But you also have to remember, orchids they're used to nature. Christmas, happy holidays, whatever you guys celebrate, enjoy, have a good time with family, however you do it. Have a good one. Thanks. Bye.